Hey Lex-see, on August 24th, 1990, Men at Work, one of a pantheon of touchstone films in my youth, was released in theaters. 35 years ago to the day that this podcast is going up. So shall we watch the movie and do one of our patented commentaries?
Absolutely.
Then let's get the conversation started. Hello and welcome to LexiCon. It is Maddie.
Lexi.
And Dylan.
And not much of a preamble today. We're going to get right into it. We just want to remind you that we're doing our first ever Comic-Con, LexiCon Comic-Con, coming to Clemmons, North Carolina at the Village Inn on November 16th, 2025 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Free admission. Hope to see you there.
Yeet.
Alright, we're going to be watching Men at Work. As I said, we've got our copy all zeroed out. If you're watching along with us, do the same so there's no FBI warnings or previews at startup. We go right into the film. If you are watching along with us, we're going to count down 3, 2, 1, play, and we'll all play together on play. And if you're not watching along with us, hopefully we'll be entertaining enough to keep you well entertained. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. 1990s, Men at Work. 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 40-some seconds coming at you in 3, 2, 1, play. There we go.
It's a lion! It's a lion!
Alcohol
It's a lion!
and violence and sexual content. Hell yeah, this is going to be a good time.
And a lion!
It's just an 80s movie. It's not an 80s movie. It's from 1990, but it's a fucking 80s movie.
I mean, if it released in 90, it was probably made in the 80s, wasn't it?
And like, I found out that Emilio Estevez, one of the stars of it, is actually the writer and director of it, which is a fact that had eluded me all these years.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he was really proud of the fact that he was able to make a movie that had a message of, helping save the environment, what with, trying to stop the commercial dumping and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So that's a little bit more of, heading into the 90s, maybe late 80s messaging. This is around the Captain Planet era.
And when was Captain Planet?
Around this time. I can't tell you the exact year, but somewhere I'd say between 88 and 91.
Alright.
Right in that sweet spot for me. But this definitely feels like a movie from the 80s, and that's a very good thing. I love 80s movies.
Modernly, Save the Turtles.
These are the movies that, just firmly implanted in my DNA. 80s movies and then early 90s independent.
Captain Planet.
I was basically reared on 80s movies and early 90s independent films. That's sort of my my filmographic DNA. What was that you said a second ago, Dill?
Imagine a crossover between this and Captain Planet. Okay, what characters in this would get what Captain Planet?
Oh no, James, what are we gonna do? I'll save you guys! Oh my god, it's Captain Planet!
I don't know the Captain Planet wings.
It's Earth, Wind, Water, Fire, and Heart, but there's 6 of them, aren't there?
I don't know.
Earth, Wind, Water, Fire. Is it just 5? It might just be 5.
I thought it was 6.
I know they threw Heart in there, but what the hell would be the other one? Earth, Wind, Water, Fire. Heart. Fire. I don't know why I went Beavis there. Beavis and Butthead, but they're the Planeteers.
Oh gosh.
Also, I guess it's 5.
Fire, yeah,
Fire. Thought it was 6, but guess it's 5.
I just always thought the ring should have done, like, he should be able to shoot fire out of his ring, and...
Yeah.
That was the only thing about Captain Planet. It's like the Planeters really couldn't do that much. They didn't fight like the Power Rangers. Their rings didn't give them powers or anything.
Power Rangers are so cool.
They could just call Captain Planet.
This is reminding me of some
is this my cue to the app about Power Rangers
remember.
already?
Well, I don't know. It's like all goals and rainbow and savings.
The opening of this movie starts out really like it's an action film. It looks like this is the beginning of a Schwarzenegger film from the 80s, in all honesty.
It honestly does.
There is a bit of action, and it's kind of an action comedy, but I wouldn't exactly call it an action film either.
Yeah.
It's sort of one of those early hybrids.
Rainbow Rangers, that's what it was called.
Hey, Stuart Copeland, he's from the Police. I didn't realize
Rainbow Rangers, they're like the gay Power Rangers?
No, it's this show. Don't you remember that? Johnny used to watch it.
I feel like we're having 2 different conversations.
Damn. I do remember that. I lied.
I was about to say.
I feel like I'm trying to do a show and you guys are just over there doing your...
I'm sorry, y'all talking about Captain Planet reminded me of Rainbow Rangers.
The actor there playing Potterdam, the chief villain in this, he's one of those actors who shows up in just about everything from the 80s and early to mid-90s. He's one of those character actors. He was never really the lead in anything. This is probably the closest I ever saw him being the lead. Mm-hmm. But he'll pop up in just about everything. He plays Brandon Tartikoff in the HBO adaptation of one of my favorite books, The Late Shift.
Classic blonde versus brunette.
I don't know about that.
But
So this is some sort of white supremacist manifesto? The blonde guy's the good guy? I mean, come on now.
No. It's just... It's something. Having those two side by side, not necessarily always against each other.
Just because the writer and director was a blonde-haired Latino.
Imagine Sailor Moon, but as Power Rangers.
That would be pretty cool.
They had the whole.
Isn't that just fucking Sailor Moon?
Not exactly.
No. But the Power Ranger suits, but mixed with elements of Sailor Moon too.
Wait. Is Power Rangers just the magical girl shows but for boys?
Well, I mean, if they can't wear cute little skirts, I don't want it. If you're saying we gotta get rid of the skirts, I'm out.
Look, Tokusatsu and
at least some of the girls
Magical
can have
Girl is
skirts.
pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
But it'd be so cool to have like fucking Sailor Moon Power.
I mean, to be fair, that whole format is common in a lot of
have
children's
you seen
shows
Power Rangers
nowadays.
Mystic Force? That's literally to like a Magical
I don't
Girl
think
Power
so.
Rangers.
I don't think so. Has there been a series where the team of Power Rangers has been all girls?
No.
There should be.
Has there been one where they've been all boys?
Probably.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Maybe in Sentai, but not.
I was gonna say none that I've seen.
America
always
with
had at least one Gold
diversity.
Ranger.
We said explicitly Power Rangers too, so
Yeah.
Sentai doesn't count.
Yeah.
You can't go back and look at the old Super Sentai, and we said Power Rangers specifically. Two different things.
I think every season has at least one goal. A lot of times they changed the Yellow Ranger, for, who in Sentai was a boy to
Yeah,
a girl
including this.
Power
In terms
Rangers.
of Power Rangers, they've always had at least one goal.
Yeah.
It is usually majority boys, but...
Yo, there's like a Super Sentai kind of spin-off. I don't know exactly what it is. It's made by the same people who make Super Sentai, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like the same company. And it's like that, but it has a trans ranger.
Nice.
The Pink Ranger.
Getting back to
I
the
haven't
film,
watched it
we're
yet.
starting out here with writer-director star Emilio Estevez, his character, James St. James, waking up on the beach with the girlfriend. I remembered him and Carl living together, but I guess they're just friends and he just hangs out at Carl's apartment sometime.
Okay.
Of course, real life, James and Carl are brothers, Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, sons of actor Martin Sheen.
Interesting.
Estevez is their real last name.
Interesting.
Martin Sheen is his professional name, and Charlie kept the convention up while Emilio used their real name. The reasons behind that I'm not sure of. You'd have to go read an interview or something about them. It's not really necessary.
I always have Google ready.
I mean, the truth is probably because maybe there weren't as many roles for Latino actors back when Martin Sheen started, so he didn't want to play up that side of his heritage.
I'm sure there's like a thing with the guild or whatever where you have to use a name not
it has
already
to have
in
a
use.
distinct name, yeah.
Yeah.
There has
Yeah.
to be something different about it.
There's been a few recent actors/actresses that I follow
It's like
that I've learned
Michael
that
Keaton,
about.
89's Batman, that's not his real name. So yeah, and sometimes it's just modified by like a middle initial or something. But
Yeah, because who is it? It's the girl that
Batman.
like Michael
played
B. Jordan.
that
Although I
played
don't know if- I don't know
Ariel
if that-
recently. Her and one other person, they have almost identical names. Just like the last name for one is Bailey and the other one is Bay.
Hallie?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the
Yeah.
trailer for the new Lego Batman game?
I saw
haven't
that
seen
it
a trailer,
exists. I haven't
yeah.
actually watched it.
Looks cool. I hope it's not like the Skywalker saga of Lego Batman.
I heard it's the same
or
team
Lego
behind
Movie
it.
2.
It's Skywalker
Those games
saga
are
at this
awful.
point.
And it's a shame because most Lego games are so good. Got a
Yeah.
little peeping Tom action going on here
I like the
with our
slip.
other lead character, Carl Taylor. I like the fact that their last names together are James Taylor, the iconic 70s singer-songwriter. I assume that was intentional, but maybe not. And one of his other neighbors dancing with the blow-up doll.
Good for them.
I like this. Rolling peeping Toms.
Yeah.
Just a movie where they just watch each other. Okay, which one's going to do something interesting first?
Pull out the pellet gun, shoot him.
And now this is one of our other leads. This Leslie Hope is the actress. I can't remember the character's name, even though we literally just watched this 2 nights ago. But I always felt like, okay, you know, the brunt of the plot is the chemical dumping and the guy trying to expose it, and spoilers, he gets murdered, and then James and Carl end up finding the body, and wacky hilarity ensues.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like this movie took place over just a couple of days, but eventually when Carl meets Leslie Hope's character, well, later on he reveals that he'd been watching her for weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is several weeks before.
I was thinking it was just days, and this is like the couple of the weeks were prior to this.
Well, no,
Prior
'cause
to-
I swear his dialogue is like he hadn't seen her before.
Interesting. I wasn't paying
This
that
is the
close
first time that he
attention to
noticed her. That's why I mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I noticed in my rewatch. I should point out, too, this episode should be something of a lesson in the fallacy of memory, but also trusting your younger self. Because when I was a kid, this was one of my favorite movies. I doubt I would ever call it my favorite movie, but for a time, like when it came out on video and we started watching it, my friends and I rewatched this a lot. Like I said, it was one of the touchstone films of my youth. And granted, there were tons of touchstone films from my youth, because we watched a lot of movies, but this was certainly amongst them. And I mean, as the years went on, I never forgot about it, but I moved on to watching other movies, and I wasn't watching it regularly. And by the time it came up, I knew we were going to do it on the podcast this year because of the anniversary. I'm like, I mainly wanted to show it to y'all because Keith David is in it.
Yeah, Keith David.
I'm a fan of his, and he is, to be fair, the best thing about the movie. But there's a lot of good things about the movie. But I was sitting here thinking, like, we're going to be watching... We have watched some good movies on the podcast. We're going to be watching some really good ones coming up because we're on a streak of some of my all-time favorite movies. Movies that are legitimately some of the best ever within their respective genres. And this is not, necessarily. So I'm sitting there like, I don't want you guys to think it's anything great. And I'm thinking like, I don't even know if this is going to be worth talking about. And then rewatch, I'm like, no, this is a really good movie. It's a really good 80s, early 90s, action comedy. I had every right to remember it as being a really fun movie that I enjoyed. And so, I found that, I found that multiple times. Things from my youth, I'll be like, maybe they weren't as good as I remember. And some things aren't, to be fair. That's true. But sometimes, if you really like something, there's probably something good about it. You were probably right,
Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Trader Joe's. I didn't realize that it existed in the early 90s. But then again, this was shot in California and takes place in California. And that's probably where Trader Joe's started. So maybe it wasn't national at the time, but it was at least a California thing.
Yep, it first opened 1967, Pasadena, California.
Oh, wow. We spent some time in California on the GeoGuessr stream yesterday.
Yes, we did. And it's only 5 years younger than Walmart and Target.
Trader Joe's predates Walmart and Target.
No, 5 years younger.
5 years younger. Okay, I got you. just hitting in license plate. I didn't even notice that. They're not even hiding it.
Not at all.
I mean, hey, that's
best way to hide is
taking pride in your
obviously
work.
In plain sight.
Oh, those guys must make records.
Yep.
They make all the hits.
Exactly.
That's another thing too about it.
He makes me think of Lockhart.
Lockhart.
Yeah. From Chamber of Secrets.
Gilderoy?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the actors look somewhat...
Yeah, the appearance-wise.
I mean, Kenneth Branagh is physically bigger, has more of a presence to him than the actor playing... Jack?
Yeah, something like that.
Jack. I see the B. Give me the rest of the name so I don't look so stupid.
I don't know.
Like Burger or something?
Yeah, Jack Berger. Yeah, he reminds me of Peter Scolari from Bosom Buddies and the TV version of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It's not Peter Scolari. I don't know who the actor is. I apologize. He's somebody I've probably seen in other things too, but he's not as recognizable as obviously the leads or Keith David or the actor playing Potterdam.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the beats of this movie too, though, like watching it again, I was like, when Potter was like, "It's tape, goddamn tape." Like I knew that line was coming up, and of course a lot of Keith David's dialogue, and of course Golf Clap, which would become iconic for my generation after this movie. But, there's a lot of stuff that I still remember the day. And like I say, we did watch it a lot for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I probably hadn't watched it since then. And it wasn't that it was bad or anything. It's just I had a lot of other stuff to watch and I just never thought about it,
Yeah.
But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised at how well it holds up, at least to my eyes. Maybe to somebody of your generation it's a little more questionable or not as entertaining, but... From what I've read, it started out...
I can see my generation having mixed opinions on it.
Well, you don't need to speak for your whole generation. You should speak for yourself. I just meant somebody from your generation. Mr. Rogers.
I have mixed opinions on it.
You didn't like it? So I guess...
Well, no, I do enjoy it. It's not like some high-ranking movie to me, but it is enjoyable.
I guess it resonated more with Dylan than with you. I always thought that was paint on that card. I realized it's just been torn. the nudie playing card that Carl found in the trash. And here's the bicycle cops, which oddly enough become patrol car cops later in the movie. I don't know if that's a real thing or not.
I don't know either. I thought it was odd that they were
They
on
needed a
bikes.
call later.
Yeah.
So
Well, it could just be a case of convenience for the plot, but I suppose it is possible, too, that if you take the day shift, you're going to be out on bikes, but if you happen to work a night shift or something, then you go out in a patrol car. It's not unrealistic. It's not unbelievable, at least.
Perhaps it depends on exactly
unrealistic.
what you're expected to do during the day.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. It's not, even if you're an officer who works in one department, you can take other shifts and do other routes, for lack of a better term. Work in different districts sometime, fill in for something. It's not unrealistic. I mean, it may be unrealistic again, but it's not unbelievable. It doesn't, that just kills the whole movie. It's so unbelievable that would happen.
Yeah.
I think it was just a little. You don't even need to put that much thought into it. Okay, so now they're there. Great. It moves the plot along and advances their storyline. But
yeah, according to this, officers do commonly use bikes when patrolling busy cities, parks, pedestrian areas.
No, I didn't doubt.
That's very common.
I did not doubt that there would be bicycle
but
officers.
Is it when you're patrolling that kind of areas when it would be?
Right, but
so
it
makes sense.
The fact that it was the same officers
switching around
on the bikes at one point, but then again it was daytime and nighttime too. And again, they probably wouldn't normally work both shifts, but you could be filling in for somebody else or something. So it's totally realistic.
I was just pointing out, apparently, it is a common thing. It's just, there's multiple types of patrols.
It doesn't scream.
One you often use
I
bikes.
wasn't questioning the idea of them being, because there's also horseback officers in cities. So it's not that I was questioning,
cool.
I wasn't questioning them being on the bikes, and I wasn't questioning it at all, but I was just pointing out that somebody might question why would they be on bikes at one point and in the patrol car at another point. Because normally you would probably, you work the same way. There's the bowling ball. Yeah, apparently Estevez was originally inspired to write a movie because he just hadn't seen a movie about garbage men before. He just heard a garbage truck under his window and he was like, that might make a good movie.
Funny enough, we're recording this the day our trash got picked up.
That's one thing about this movie is going into it, it just looked like it was going to be a funny movie about two buddy garbage men, men at work. And it, it's got this whole murder, chemical dumping side plot, which is kind of par for the course, especially for studio movies, and especially for studio movies in the 80s. Once we had the aforementioned rise of like early 90s independent films, I think, a whole movie just about two garbage men out at work would have been much more, Clerks in the garbage truck.
Yeah.
But, in the 80s, very early 90s, especially in a studio film, that probably wasn't going to happen because they always feel the need to cram in some sort of I don't want to say a plot because a movie should have a movie doesn't have to have a plot. Obviously, you can get away with just kind of meandering about.
There's a movie about garbage men for like 30 minutes.
Right. But I think you could have come away with just a movie completely about garbage men. And you still could have worked in an environmental mess or something if you wanted to. But I think it just, a few years down the road, it could have been a different movie.
Yeah.
And the air is just right for drinking. Remember that, too. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is just in my DNA, and I remember it so well, having watched it now, and the things I would reference, like, oh God, that's the movie I'm referencing when I say that. I forgot that was from this movie,
Honestly,
I found that more and more throughout the years, too. Like, I'll have these points of reference I go back to, and I don't even remember where they came from, and then I'll see it, and I'm like, oh wow, that's where I got that, okay. I do want to point out right here, somewhere during the scene, I think it was right before this, Charlie Sheen's delivery when he's like, they're talking about their surf shop, and he's like, it's gold, James, it's a gold mine. It's very odd delivery. It's not bad, it just seems different from the rest of the character, and it's just the way, it's almost like he's doing a Jack Nicholson impression or something. It's odd. It doesn't really stand out, like take you out of the movie, but if you're really paying attention, you think about it, it's like, that was a choice.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead. I
forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, she's not unattractive, but it's not like she's got a really big ass or anything. She's not in a thong. There was nothing, other than it was a girl's butt, which I highly applaud all girls' butts. There was nothing extraordinary about that particular girl's butt. So the fact they drew such attention is a pigeon.
Every butt was extraordinary in the 90s.
I mean, I agree that every butt is extra. I love
pigeons.
Butts. I'm a butt man. I used to think I was a boob man, but in my middle age, I've definitely become more of a butt man.
Age went up, eyes went further down.
So nothing wrong with the butt, but there was nothing extraordinary about it to the point that they'd be like, good God. Like, there's plenty of girls in swimsuits all around them. So I wasn't really... You would expect... Maybe she's in a very skimpy swimsuit, or it's a really, really standout ass, and it's fine. That's a standout wave. God, I love the ocean. I don't get to spend enough time at the ocean.
Yeah. We haven't been to the ocean in a very long time.
These guys, they just had their lunch break. They're going to... How long is their fucking lunch break?
I have no idea.
They can fucking have lunch, go surfing.
Perhaps they have a bit of flexibility with it.
They ate lunch.
Or perhaps they're allowed multiple rests, and they're just sacrificing some of those rests to extend their lunch.
Well, it seemed like they were taking their time with their lunch. They were just meandering about, sipping their beers, talking about their surf shop.
Oh, these don't care to be back in time.
It's also possible, too, that the way it works, they pick up all the trash, then they get their 2-hour lunch break or whatever, and then they have to have the truck back and cleaned out by, 3 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe they do have a bit of leeway. And again, maybe depending on how quickly they pick up the trash, they have more time, and they just have to have the truck back by a certain time and emptied out,
Yeah.
The actor playing the crooked cop here, he's another actor who's going to appear in, like, everything in the 80s and 90s. One of those character actors that just pops up everywhere. Generally, you have the character actors that pop up in all the movies, then you have the ones that pop up in all the TV shows, and some of them intermingle.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of actors. Even, throughout the whole history of television, you go back into the 60s and 70s, you have the same act. You'll see them pop up as, in a guest starring role, and just not guest starring per se, but as a guest on every single sitcom. Oh, that guy finally showed up, I was waiting for that. But you had the same thing in the 80s and 90s with both movies and television. I guess this is where my love of bandanas came from, because they're both rocking them.
And there's a fair bit of bandanas in the 80s and 90s, aren't there?
I suppose. I mean, I
feel like that's just another thing you grew up with in your media.
Yeah. And, of course, they're very prevalent in hip-hop culture, which is where I started adapting them, but...
I feel like hip-hop culture is very defining of at least the 90s. Maybe somewhat the 80s.
Nothing to do with this film, though.
No.
I don't think there's a rap lyric. Oh, I guess maybe the song that plays, work it, work it. There could have been a rap component of that. We don't get to hear that much of it, but... That beat, too, with that song. Like, I hear that song, I'm like, oh, God, I remember that viscerally. Goddamn tape. All those workers knows how, and I guess that's legitimate if you're working with chemicals like paint thinner or whatever. But it looks like it's some sort of, they're making chemical weapons or something, or biological warfare. It looks sinister.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't just characterize hazmat suits as that. Sometimes they're necessary.
That's true. There's a TikTok I follow, and what she does for looks just to a hazmat suit all the time.
The rivalry between the two sets of garbage men is something that's never really that fleshed out, but it's there in the background. And, that's gross.
Very gross.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Very gross.
Shit!
I don't even want to know how they managed to set that up and everything.
Well, you don't need to, because it's a movie. There's very much an error. This movie very much has that movie quality of being almost like a fairy tale. Like, you don't need to question it.
It's like...
Just go with it.
It's the real world, but there's elements that you might question, but you shouldn't question. You don't need to question it.
It's not meant to be super realistic either at the same time. It takes place in the real world. It's not a fantasy. It's not a sci-fi, experience, but it's realistic. It's set in a realistic setting. But it's also got that. That's why I say it's kind of like a fairy tale. Because, I mean, some fairy tales do have magic and whatnot, but they're still somewhat grounded until the magic comes in, obviously. But they're still just about regular people in extraordinary circumstances.
I'm forgetting one of our upcoming commentaries.
The movies are literally...
I can't read them.
I literally have our next 4 episodes right here. Our next 3 episodes right here. This goes along with this.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have the script for one of the movies, so I figured I'd keep it out as a reference.
Nice.
But let's not focus too much on the future. Let's focus on the right now.
Yeah, that was just a tease for the next episodes.
They seem to have a decent enough relationship with their boss, even with their shenanigans. He even says he likes them.
Yeah.
And he's not just firing them outright. Although he has decided that his brother-in-law is going to ride along with them. Which is, I call him Lewis, because Lewis is Keith David. Walt is the boss.
Okay.
I was thinking in my head.
Walt looks familiar. Like somebody I've seen.
He almost looks like a slightly a slightly smaller Danny DeVito. It's not Danny DeVito, so I'm not sure. He could be a slightly smaller Danny DeVito or a slightly larger Sherman Hemsley, who played George Jefferson. But he's not either one of those, so I'm not familiar with that actor from anything but this. I'm not saying I haven't seen him in anything, but he didn't stand out to me. He wasn't one of those actors that I saw in everything in the 80s and 90s that I know of.
Heard this, he was on NCIS.
I've never watched NCIS, so... Really?
Interesting.
Why? Why would I watch NCIS?
I don't know, seems like something you would have caught at least a bit of.
No?
I've watched NCIS.
Okay. What is that statue on her table? It almost looks like a really oddly posed Alf. No, look at it again when we get a shot. As Carl gets out the pellet gun. And, you know, they downplay a pellet gun, but a pellet bun? I don't know what a pellet bun is, but a pellet gun can be dangerous. A bun made out of pellets. But look at that statue. It looks like Alf pointing. It's like some sort of avant-garde modern art version of Alf. Like Alf mixed with Jay Leno. Anyway, and from that distance, maybe it's not going to do as much damage.
Yeah.
Because gravity is going to start to work on that pellet and...
That has a long range.
Wind resistance. But pellets can be dangerous.
He wasn't a regular, though. He just, like, made an appearance in one episode.
Yeah, he's one of those actors who pops up on a lot of things. I get it. A lot of people are like that. I'm just saying he's not one that I recognize.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything in his credits other than that I'd recognize.
I'm shocked you'd recognize that.
I mean, I've heard Repo Man. Don't really know it, though.
Yeah, I've never gotten around to seeing it. A lot of people have a lot of reverence for that movie. It wasn't one that was on my radar at the time. I've only heard about it in retrospect. I know a lot of people
funny,
really
that
like
pellet gun to shoot those guys.
Yeah. That could have gotten all kinds of publicity before him, though.
Yeah.
A lot of pellet guns just take one pellet at a time, too. You have to, like, reload after every shot.
Yeah.
Not all of them, I'm sure, but... I mean, thanks for leaving, Alex, but you still picked up on the mic.
I'm sorry, I was trying to leave and grab a drink.
So, you feel in that regard as the guys down some Budweisers? You want a Bud? Okay, I'll take that as a no. But it's okay, because I don't have one, so I don't drink beer.
I drink water.
Imagine being a Clips movie. That seems fun.
It seems like this one, you get a lot of work in. Like, I'm assuming that's really the actor in these shots. It's definitely in the shots later when...
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably a mix of him and...
I just think about the actors who have to play, like, in a soap opera. Not necessarily playing a corpse, but playing somebody in a coma or something. You just have to lay in the hospital bed while other people are doing their scenes around you for, like, hours on end.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, in between takes you open your eyes. But, you know, that does not seem like fun acting work.
Is it cheaper to hire an actor to do that or to just have a model made of them for the time being?
Well, I mean, you don't hire... It's the character that turns into that, so you're not hiring them specifically to play that.
Well, yeah, I know, but, like, you have to pay them for doing that.
Well, yeah, but they just get... I mean, if you're a soap opera actor, you're on contract for the season or whatever.
True.
You're getting paid for the whole season, whether you work one episode or not.
True.
And usually people who are going to be in comas are major players, so it's not like somebody who would just have a few shots and maybe be a day player. Mickey Mouse Clock, I thought that was interesting. I wonder if they got Disney's permission for that.
I mean, I assume they had to.
It was the late 80s, early 90s.
I assume they had to.
People didn't try as hard then. Plus, Disney wouldn't have been at their peak of powers at this point. Disney was... This was like right after Little Mermaid. Well, yeah, I guess we're leading into Aladdin and The Lion King, so they're still probably pretty big. This
may not be as big Disney as recent years, but it's big Disney.
No,
it's post-Cinderella Disney.
Okay.
Post-Cinderella Disney is big Disney. But Cinderella was the 50s.
Something fell over on top of the fridge. I don't know what it was. This is an interesting concoction. I guess that's ice cream?
Maybe, yeah.
It's dryers, yeah. Looks like leftover coffee that was sitting on the counter.
Okay.
Jägermeister.
Okay.
And I think he adds some acetaminophen to it, too. I think that is actually just flat-out Tylenol. It's
okay.
actually the name brand. I saw the logo. Or I saw the letter.
Definitely an interesting concoction. It started okay, quickly went downhill.
I'm tempted to try it.
Have fun.
It'll be fresher coffee. I can't drink something that's been sitting out all night.
You don't even drink coffee, so...
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Jägermeister in it. I just want to know what it tastes like.
Okay. Well, we have at least 2 of those ingredients.
And there's the man, the myth, the legend, Keith David.
Yeah!
Best character.
This is the first thing I ever saw Keith David. And this is the first thing I always think of when I hear Keith David.
Really?
Is Lewis. This is one. I mean, I've seen him in other things, but this is the one that stands out, especially actual live action performance. I know he's done a ton of voice work too. I love Lewis in Men at Work.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I heard recently, we were talking about Disney and licenses, that some small business, I don't remember if it was actually on Etsy or something else, but they used Steamboat Willie for something, and Disney caused them to shut down. They filed a claim against them.
Yeah.
That's pretty messed up.
There's like very specifics about how you can use it.
Yeah.
Even with it being...
But supposedly the product
domain.
followed the public domain version and whatnot.
A lot of big companies don't care about stuff like that until
That's
somebody's
true.
able to actually challenge them on it. Look at YouTube and fair use.
Yeah. I know the original Winnie the Pooh is public domain now. Not Disney's, though. Which is specifically with the red t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
He can wear a red hoodie, though.
Or if you put pants on them.
Yeah, that's allowed.
That feels criminal.
It does.
Uh-oh.
Winnie the Pooh wears a top or nothing.
Just drags him away in an out-of-control garbage truck.
Oh my gosh, one of those cars. Because the station wagon is kind of like the car you used to have. The little
Yes.
blue one.
Yes, we had a station wagon.
Oh yeah, we did.
Ford Escort.
I like station wagons.
My grandparents had a station wagon. Well, they had a Ford Escort too, just like ours.
Interesting.
And before that, they had a bigger, boxier station wagon, but it had the front seat, the middle row seats, and in the back,
faced.
the trunk area. It had a seat that, it had like a bucket seat that would, not like a carriage seat that would open up. But
Yeah.
it's not like one of the ones in the old stock cars that open up and face forward. It would open up and you face backwards.
Yeah,
I
very
thought it was really
interesting.
cool. We took a road. We took a road trip to Wisconsin, which was like a 20-hour drive, and I got to ride in the back the whole
Nice.
way. I mean, I could have ridden in the middle, but
That feels like, that sounds like it'd be a little trippy.
That was like my little area
But still
back there.
sounds neat.
Oh man, for a kid, that was super fun. That
Yeah.
that was my little spaceship back there. That was my little pod.
Like station
I
wagons.
had the whole back to myself.
Bugs.
Those fires are good.
Volkswagen buses.
It seems strange
Very
that Lewis is the
specific
only one with
trucks.
food at this point.
They're wearing matching earrings. They may not actually completely match, but they look very similar. At least from a distance.
James and... Oh no, because Charlie, she didn't have an earring.
Correct.
Oh, Lewis does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they've all got drinks, but apparently Lewis is the only one with food.
French fries.
I love this scene too. Some secret things in this world that you don't ever mess with. One of those is another man's fries.
I am a criminal fry stealer.
Facts. Absolute facts.
I'll steal little bits of any food.
Even if you're given your own.
Yes. Honestly,
To be fair, to some degree,
honestly, at
that's
that point, I
probably
do it for the
payback.
bit. I do it for
Because
the bit.
I used to steal your food when we were younger, so...
I don't complain
Like,
about
I
people
used
stealing
to
bits
take
of my
some of
food.
your fries or something.
I gotta do it to everyone else. Even if I have my own, I do it for
Like,
the
you can
bit.
steal mine, but I'm stealing yours too, so...
To be fair, just because you don't mind other people doing it to you doesn't necessarily mean you should do it to other people.
That's fact.
Yeah, but it's funny.
Their consent still matters.
Consent is crucial.
Indeed.
That's one of my favorite 90s hip-hop groups. No, I'm just kidding. There's a group called Crucial Conflict. And they
Nice.
weren't one of my favorites. They were fine, though. Nothing against them. So you find a dead body on your route. What do you do?
Not what they end up doing.
It's almost a Weekend at Bernie's sort of vibe. From the, I wonder if the people who wrote Weekend at Bernie's were inspired by the bits in this movie with the body. I hate Weekend at Bernie's. I think it's one of the dumbest fucking movies ever made.
I don't know that movie.
Not
I've
as
never
bad as
seen
Dude, Where's My Car, but still fucking
I
horrible.
think my friend has told me about it.
Is the guys, get invited to their boss's island. I think he's going to set them up for a crime or something, but he gets killed beforehand, and then they don't want to reveal that he's dead for whatever, so they spend like the whole weekend propping him up and, rigging up for his arms to move and pretending that he's still alive. It's just the dumbest fucking concept. It might be funny for like a 4-minute Saturday Night Live sketch, but for a whole fucking movie, it's horrible. And they made a sequel to it, where they do the same damn thing. And yes, I probably saw it even after watching the first one, but it doesn't make it any better.
Because I was looking up, because I was sitting there, I'm pretty sure
You
my
were
friend
looking
has
up 'cause
told
you
me
were tired
about
of
that
looking
movie.
down?
No, I was looking through our messages, They told me that they're about that movie a bit the night that I found out about the Avril Lavigne concert I went to. They told me that they were watching it. I'm like, that's cool. Guess what? I just found out. And then went on about Avril Lavigne.
Weekend at Bernie's?
Yeah.
Did they like it?
I think they do because they've mentioned watching it multiple times.
Well, that might be a problem. I might have to rescind my blessing once again.
Oh, wow.
Watch it. Don't watch it, actually, please. Save that hour and a half of your life. Don't waste it on weekend. I did it so you don't have to.
I mean, to be fair, apparently my friend told me a summary of the plot, so...
James has got a bottle of Jägermeister, too.
They watched the first and second ones. Ow.
I wonder if they were sponsored by Jägermeister.
Who knows? I'm so sorry. My throat just does not want to be closed.
You should be sorry.
You know how hard to edit that out? You know how hard it is to edit that out in the middle of a commentary? When
I did all my throat clearing before the podcast.
I didn't feel like I needed to clear my throat before the podcast. We were just sitting here and something happened, and next thing I knew, I was sitting here choking.
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, imagine this bit here with Louis trying to keep Burger's body up, and the little bit of pantomime he does when the cops show up. But for a whole fucking movie.
Seems like it'd be fun to play the body here.
It gets old quickly.
But also when I was typing that in to try to find it, I accidentally typed Weekend at Beanies. Like Beanie Babies.
Oh, I thought it was like a guy who just wore a beanie all the time.
I was honestly thinking the movie, but Beanie Babies.
Or the former football player Beanie Wells. Or the rapper Beanie Siegel. There's a lot
all of the above.
There's a whole bunch of beanies together.
It's those two creating the movie with the Beanie Babies.
Those two wearing beanies while collecting Beanie Babies.
Oh, gosh.
And you're just hanging out with them.
That's the true 90s film.
You're going on, their quest to find Beanie Babies. The rare Beanie Baby.
I think we had a few
Copyright LexiCon
Babies.
Podcast. Copyright Maddie... Well, maybe I shouldn't say my name on the podcast. Does everybody know my name by now? I don't know.
Probably. Especially if they've checked out our other medias.
Copyright Maddie from LexiCon. Also known as Maddie from Vidiocy.
Yeah. We never really actually collected Beanie Babies.
I'm gonna legally change my name to Maddie from Vidiocy. What do you think? First
That's
name
a
Maddie,
choice.
middle name from, last name Vidiocy.
Last name Vidiocy.
Maddie Vidiocy. Maddie V.
That makes me think of
a sports tournament named after me called the Maddie V Classic.
There was a YouTuber or something called Maddie B, wasn't there?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Fine, I'll ask Google.
No, don't ask Google either. Not allowed to ask anything.
Too
It's
late.
good there was a hat in the trash. Would have been awkward if there hadn't been. I'm not sure they could have gotten away from it if it weren't for that.
Yeah, Maddie B or Maddie B Raps. He's younger than me.
He's not dead. He's just dead tired.
I knew he was a kid at one point, but still.
I think everybody was.
I meant YouTube-wise. I knew he started off as a kid on there.
Most of us aren't wizards from fucking Lord of the Rings.
That's fact.
Guys are.
That'd be awesome, though.
I am, personally.
I know for a fact that's not true. I was there when you were born.
There's video evidence of my growth.
I wasn't. I wasn't
your childhood.
You can hear me on the internet be like, okay guys, I'm gonna put some hyper white drifter.
Yeah, it is so funny now, editing videos with Johnny. He sounds so much like you when we started doing YouTube. Which is kind of weird because you were older when we started doing YouTube than Johnny is now, but still.
And I just want to say, okay, you were present for him being born. I was not. We were all present for Tiny Dude being born.
But y'all weren't in the room when he was born.
That's true.
I was actually there.
Yes.
I cut his umbilical cord.
Cool. But no one in this room was present when I was born. Except for me, of course.
No, you were there.
I mean, I wasn't aware of what was going on,
You were the only
but...
person present. Neither of your parents showed up for your birth.
Dear God.
Isn't that like a different Schmerz?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just spawned into existence.
To be fair, like I say, okay, he shot him in the butt from a great distance. He probably wasn't going to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But you could kill somebody with a pellet gun. Shoot him in the right place, close enough. It could happen. Pellet guns aren't anything to play with.
Yeah.
You could probably kill somebody with a BB gun, too, if you hit him in the right place. But pellet gun, definitely. I know that from personal experience.
Well,
Not that I've
much
killed
harder to
anybody.
kill someone.
I was about to say, wait, who did you kill?
I've seen somebody who could have died from a pellet gun injury if it had just been slightly one of those things, if it had been a little closer, a little over.
That's terrifying.
So I'm just saying, it can, be careful with pellet guns.
Well, it'd be hard to kill someone with a Nerf gun.
Yeah. You probably just beat him to death. I don't know if you could do
And that's you managed to,
I was going to say, using like an official dart, you could probably modify a dart.
Sometimes I have heard of people dying from getting hit in the chest from something that shouldn't have killed them, and it's just a freak thing, It just happened to rupture an artery, or it was just the right spot at the right time.
Yeah.
So I guess in theory you could hit somebody with.
You should always be careful when playing with any type of gun/weapon.
But in general, I don't think you're going to be able to kill somebody with a Nerf gun, unless you use it as a
Nerf guns
club.
are awesome.
I like that tape deck. The way it opens like a CD drawer.
Mm-hmm.
I never had one like that. Mine always just popped out like this one over here.
Nice.
Yep, I've added to the esoteric nature of my recording setup. I have a tape deck over here now and a CD player.
Understandable.
I'm happy to have it though.
I don't have any sort of disc drive.
I don't have a record player over here because it'd be. Well, I don't really have any records, so it wouldn't matter.
I don't have any records, but I have a record player.
Yeah, but you have a collector's record player
That's
too,
true.
that also plays Bluetooth.
Yep.
But
That's the only way I've used it.
I had a small amount of space over here that I could fit a stereo in, so I had to get something small.
Yeah.
And a record player would have taken up too much space, and like I said, I don't have a shelf full of records I need to play.
Yeah, don't you have one of those systems that has several things downstairs?
Oh yeah, we have a stereo. We have a shelf there that has a record player, but we weren't really using it, so we took it out of the room and put it down in the basement.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I need a little stereo for my desk. I didn't have one out here anymore. I guess I could have used the karaoke machine, honestly.
Do they make CD players that look like record players?
Yes.
Okay. And I figured in all this time somebody had to have gotten around to that.
No love for Carl's sweater. You're the sweater girl. It's not there now. You
Yeah.
see James's Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah.
Oh look, Dark Side of the Moon sticker inside
Nice.
his locker.
Very nice.
We saw Emilio Estevez in the movie earlier in the podcast too. He's in the Breakfast Club.
Interesting.
He's the jock.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a member of the so-called Brat Pack. He plays Billy the Kid in Young Guns and Young Guns 2, which are another set of my favorite movies from my youth.
That I have not seen.
Yeah, I know. We need to watch. We just need to watch them in general. I don't know if they'd make for good podcast fodder or not.
Yeah.
I mean, Young Guns 2 is like 90, might be 1990. But it's early 90s. Young Guns is like 88. So we'd be a little ways away from their anniversaries if that's what we wanted to do. But you guys do just need to see them.
Yeah.
Breaking into the locker.
Well, yeah, because they set a trap for them and it didn't go off, and now they want to see why. And for
Because of badass egg traps.
That's fact.
For some Bugs Bunny logical reason, it sets off on them.
Yep. Yeah. That's even worse than the other one.
Yeah.
Like, this is straight out of Looney Tunes right there, though. I mean, it didn't work for the antagonist, and then they went and check it out, and then they got the brunt of it. So.
Yeah.
The Richard Nixon, if y'all didn't realize, that was the Richard Nixon mask on the body. Former President of the United States, who resigned after being impeached. Known as Tricky Dick. Also,
Is he wearing flannel?
he says Milhouse because that was Nixon's middle name. And I believe he is, yes.
Flannel and denim.
Very earth tone flannel, very
90s.
very monochrome. Yeah, but most flannel is red, Occasionally
Yeah.
some green, but this is very brown. You don't see brown flannel a lot. Anyway, there's the sweater.
Depends on the season.
I expect you to comment on the sweater. This is twice now.
I'm sorry, I do like sweaters.
Bowling pin lamp, y'all see
Love a good
that?
sweater, yeah. I've got 2 sweaters. I need more sweaters, maybe. Yeah, no, I need more sweaters.
I didn't say that.
I don't have a Christmas sweater.
Okay.
I feel like I should have a Christmas sweater.
Your mom has one.
Good for Mom. I have a plain white sweater, and then I have another sweater that has a white collar, and it's pink
It's not like
and
an ugly
blue and
Christmas
has
sweater,
kitty
though.
cats on it.
It's a nice little Mickey Mouse.
I don't think I want an ugly Christmas sweater, but yeah, I just want, maybe a Taylor Swift Christmas sweater.
I mean,
Christmas
ugly Christmas sweaters are a thing, though.
I want like a cream-colored sweater that has the Taylor Swift Christmas tree farm stuff on it, but I want it to at least look like it's been cross-stitched onto it. If not, actually be cross-stitched onto it. That'd be so cool.
I'm not sure how long this arrangement's going to last. It's starting to hurt my leg.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't really prepared to be a foot rust.
I have a terrible habit of doing that to y'all.
Yeah, usually everyone has a foot rust.
That's fact.
She gets that from her mother. And her brother gets it from her mother as well, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
Apparently I'm in a squeaky chair. I apologize.
Yes.
I didn't realize that this chair was squeaky.
You should apologize.
I just knew that it doesn't fall backwards
It's like the
another
newest. It's like
chair.
the newest chair we have.
Yeah.
He's totally just going over to investigate, guys. He has no other alternatives.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of an odd push in there when Lewis asks about the gun.
Yeah.
And then push in on James. But then he just has the gun, so like, okay. I guess he's like, whoa, what am I doing
Random
myself
detailing
into?
on the side of the building.
Yeah.
Honestly, really random looking at it.
It looks like something I'd expect to see in LA, to be honest with you.
Okay. I don't know what exactly I expect to see
I know
in
this
LA.
technically takes place outside of LA, but, it's something
In that
else.
general
Sneaky
area.
walk.
SoCal.
Yeah, that's a good scene. What is he doing? Why is he sneaking? And he's like, wait, what am I doing? Why am I sneaking? I like the way Lewis is just all in with him at this point. The way they were kind of antagonistic. Now he's like, no, we got you back. I know there's still some tension between he and James for a while, but...
Guys, life advice, do not Google AGTM 121.
You could have just stopped that sentence after Google. Life advice, just don't Google. Just don't. It's best left alone.
I typed in AGTM 121, meaning American Girl, truly me, 121. I'm now apparently researching a Russian helicopter.
Oh, now you're going to be on some kind of a list. Her apartment is 420.
Nice.
I'm not even sure if that number really meant anything in the stoner
I
community
bet
in
it did.
1990. I wasn't personally hearing about it, so I don't know when it came into vogue.
I personally wasn't alive, so...
I know 420 was popular in the 2000s, at least.
Yeah, well, this is 10 years before the 2000s. So.
Yeah.
So I can't say if that was intentional or just happened to be the number of the apartment where they shot. I wonder why he went with the I've been in the apartment for 5 years. Why not just, I just moved in a couple months ago.
Yeah, I don't understand why he does this whole making up too much of a story stuff.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to admit that he lived across the way and had been spying on her and had her...
Well, yeah, obviously he wants to admit
body.
some
Plus,
information,
at this point,
but...
they're still working on the theory that she might have killed him.
Yeah.
Like I said, obviously not give her all the information, but he didn't have to go as far in storytelling as
All right, now let's get this out of the way now. He's going to invite himself in. A romance is going to develop between them, first under false pretenses, then a real romance. And I know your generation would never fucking go for that, and no movie made nowadays would ever have anything close to that. It's kind of de rigueur for the 80s and 90s, though. But again, she does question him a bit. Like, really? Should I let you in? Oh, well, you seem harmless. Okay. Which, even that is more than a lot of movies would have done. And again, I go back to the fairy tale analogy, though. You just let it go. We know he wasn't, over there with any sort of malicious intent.
Yeah.
I know in real life maybe some people would be, but some people wouldn't be either. It could be either way, and it's just a fun movie and a minor plot in a minor movie, So stuff like that doesn't... I mean, I grew up with movies with, improbable circumstances and people getting together for the weirdest reasons without much proper pretense. So it never bothers me, and I never feel like it has to be realistic or that's not how it was in real life. Great, it's not real life. It's a fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing about it bothers me. Maybe your results may vary, either because it personally offends you or it just takes you out of the movie, and that's fine. I'm just saying, it works for me. It works totally fine. And I think it's well played, too. I think it doesn't seem completely preposterous within the context of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you want to be critical about it. If you're going to be critical about the entire movie, okay, fine. But if you're willing to accept most of the movie, there's no reason not to accept that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's often these points in the podcast where I want to make a point about something, and I expect you guys to either agree with me or disagree or offer something, and y'all
I was trying to agree!
Maddie talked, We can move on.
Ow.
She seems so sus of him, but, like, doesn't go anywhere. Her suspicions.
Kind
But I
of.
think the fact that she had suspicions is actually progressive, because at the time, most people wouldn't have even bothered to throw that in there.
Yeah.
She eventually moved past her suspicions.
I think that's the little touch of realism that it needed.
It was the mangoes that did that one.
Probably.
I was like, damn. His story must be true.
Oh, no, I feel like that, like, at that point, she's like, yeah, nah, this guy is 100% bullshit, but let's just see what happens.
And you know what? I think
Also, his sweater doesn't look knitted enough.
I think we need more of that in life. Can you imagine they had to bring that actor over just to shoot that cutaway? I mean, I guess, yeah, because I mean, I guess she was wearing the same outfit for the scenes with the hitmen, so maybe they did shoot it at the same time as that.
I don't know.
That wooden spoon has a hole in the middle of it.
Okay.
What was he looking for
Nice
under
for this.
small objects? What does he
I
think
don't
he's
know.
gonna find?
Who knows?
I like the way he plays everything too, though. But he downs the first drink. She looks for the pain.
Yeah.
I think this is all it's really clever. I like it. It works for me. I'm not saying it's a masterpiece or the best version of it ever done.
But it's good.
It holds up better than I expected it to, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe I've just been feeling nostalgic lately for the era in which I grew up.
That's a vibe.
I'm not saying it was a great era, but there were some things about it that were just so much more refreshing than what I deal with daily nowadays.
I think about the 2000s on a regular basis and the early 2010s. Every day.
Like I
daily thing.
firmly accept, all the negatives of the era in which I grew up, but sometimes the positives just feel so much better than what I see right now,
Mm-hmm.
Imagine thinking on a regular basis.
How can you not? I can't turn my brain off.
I'm with Maddie on this one. I mean, like, for a short period of time, but not an entire day. I've got things to do.
My brain has been off like
Even when I'm watching a movie and I'm like, don't think too hard about it, I'm still thinking hard about something else.
Yeah.
My brain is both very active and very inactive at the same time.
Okay.
I never just veg out. My mind's constantly going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, my brain is going 100 miles an hour, but also doing nothing. Simultaneously.
And unfortunately, too, when you think so much, sometimes it causes you to, lock up and it's a roadblock. Like, you can't get something done because you can't get past the thoughts. And you can't just lock in and just do something.
I really hate that.
I was trying, it's such a stupid example. I was trying to sort out my sports cars. And, for 2 or 3 days, I could not sort out this one section. I'm like, do I put them chronologically? Do I just put them how I like them aesthetically? And I just could not decide which was the best. And it took
I
me 2
constantly
days to
lock up and can't do anything.
And even once I
it's
finally
a chronic problem for you.
Even once I finally committed, I'd run into things like, well, do I want this on this page or this? It's like, just stop overthinking it. Pick one and go with it. If you don't like it, you can change it later.
It took me 6 hours to do anything today.
That's an interesting lamp. Y'all see that? It's got the big pyramid shade on top, and it had a little smaller shade on it. So I assume it's had 2 different light sources. I don't know if we're gonna see it again, and y'all didn't see it. Hey, there's flamingos on that shower curtain.
I love flamingos.
It's a nice shower curtain.
I'm judging the colors in that bathroom. I don't like those.
They're fine.
They're not bad colors, but
Odd place to put
I'm
the
not a bright, colorful bathroom kind of person.
Why not put them in the tub?
The thing is, I'm not a bright, colorful person most places, but the bathroom.
You want it in the bathroom?
I like a bright bath because most things I'm gonna do in the bathroom, I want to be able to see well.
I was gonna say for me a bathroom. Okay, I want a white bathroom, just white, not like.
But white is
stalkingly
bright. White's gonna reflect.
Well, yeah, but it's not colorful. Is the thing.
True. Okay.
I like a bright neutral.
That's what I'm saying. Is I usually like to keep my rooms as dark as possible and absorb as much light. But the bathroom, I'm fine having some light in.
Yeah, but bathroom, I either want it bright neutral or I do want monochromatic jewel tone look. Like I've told my friend, I'm okay with that deep first degree.
Didn't have the pizza man.
Or a navy, maybe a black.
Probably completely unnecessary.
Now, to be fair, I did not...
Actually, yeah, no, entirely.
That pizza man is not gonna say anything.
He did see the body, so I don't know.
He gets paid
to be fair,
minimum
you didn't
wage.
necessarily know it was a body at that point.
Exactly. He had no idea what was going on.
He put a hole in the wall, too.
Yeah.
It's a good thing there wasn't a stud there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably would have gone a bit differently.
It's provoking me. I love Keith David.
Keith David's great. Alright, what all has he been in?
Keith David?
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot.
There's like one
Yeah.
half-sane character in this whole movie.
But as far as actually like the standout stuff, I think of him for his voice acting almost more than anything else except for this.
Yeah.
I think he was in...
He was in Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, it's a voice actor, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
I know, he was in there something about
No,
Mary.
he can become 2D animated at will.
I think he was in A Time to Kill.
He was in Coraline as well.
Yeah.
He's done a ton of voice acting. That's why he's one of those actors like Mark Hamill that's, probably voice acted as much, if not more, as he has done live action
Todd
acting.
McFarlane's Spawn.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's probably one of
Hercules.
the more notable voices.
Adventure Time.
Adventure Time.
Look
The
at the big-
2024 Mufasa.
Look at the big brick, Pauly Dangerously slash Zach from Saved by the Bell cell phone. Pauly Dangerously. You guys know Paul Heyman from wrestling, right?
Yes.
When his first character as a manager and broadcaster, he was Pauly Dangerously, and he was like the yuppie, and he carried the cell phone. So sometimes he'd have that big gray brick phone. Sometimes he'd just have a portable phone from your house. So it just depended. But that sort of cell phone I always associate with Pauly Dangerously and with Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell, because those are the two people I would see use that kind of phone.
Pizza.
And I was like, that's the kind of cell phone I'm going to have when I get older, and we're long gone by the time I got to cell phones. But it seemed like that's what cell phones were going to be, right? I never imagined it being anything else.
He was apparently supposedly on Grey's Anatomy. Also, he was in Smiley.
Man, can I get my hands on one of those?
You remember that movie, right?
No, not really.
Oh, wow. Smiley is a horror movie that I attempted to watch. I didn't last 30 minutes. And we're not going to go into why I wanted to watch it. Because
Can we go into why you only lasted so long?
Because I was like 12 or 13 at best, and it was a horror movie.
Pizza.
And I am very iffy when it comes to
The
horror
pizza
movies.
guy is
Especially back then.
relatively
That was like
chill
over
considering
10 years
situation.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, that's another one of those things that's kind of ridiculous, especially since he ends up kind of working with them at the end. But
There's also an Amphibia.
although he does screw things up for him too, when he's like, "You with the pellet gun!"
Star versus the Forces of Evil.
Yes,
Nice.
prolific
That's the
voice
stuff
actor.
that I recognized, other than the obvious Has Been Hotel.
Phrenology. Studying, I guess that's a real thing. I honestly, I took the word of the movie. I never doubted it. Why would a movie lie to me?
Mangoes.
I would imagine a phrenologist would not know that you like mangoes, even if it is a real science. I would imagine.
Phrenology is a now discredited theory that claimed to relate personality traits and mental abilities to specific bumps and indentations on the skull.
Never mind. That's exactly what phrenology would tell you. Okay.
Interesting.
She's really excited to just get out and go. I feel like she definitely had a bit much alcohol.
Maybe. She reminds me of the 80s Ghost and Date Everything.
All right. Well,
The 80s Ghost is awesome.
we didn't play Date Everything this week, so.
Also, her outfit is giving a
Stewardess
mix.
Looks like a flight attendant to me.
But to me, it's giving a mix of Peaches and Cream Barbie and the Day to Night Barbie.
Also, later on, she's going to do a lot of running. It's a good thing she was wearing flats and not heels.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm also surprised the cops did not take this phone call more seriously. He's gotten out that there's
Honestly,
been
yeah.
a murder.
Yeah.
And it's just like, nobody's even thinking
They
about it.
should have taken it more seriously.
Like, I'm not saying James should or shouldn't have made the call, but he's dropped the tie. I like that when he tossed the pellet gun.
Mm-hmm. A lot of rooms.
And James is just going, he's like, all right, get up, get on your feet. How many rooms do you expect an apartment to have?
Not many.
I guess it all depends. Well, I mean, that's a closet. That's not a room. And we've seen a bathroom, and there's a bedroom. So how many fucking rooms do you see?
The closet is extra.
The only apartment, I've literally been in one apartment. It was my uncle's apartment. It had a living room, and it had a kitchen. Kitchen wasn't closed off from the room, but it had like a wall and a door, and it had like the counter. You could see over it.
I've been in
then it had
apartments, but I don't remember them.
And it had it It had, I think it probably had 2 bathrooms, but I want to say it had at least 2 bedrooms.
I mean, obviously there's different sizes
Maybe
of
even
apartments.
3,
but your
so-
typical small apartment that I'd expect these guys to be living in.
Okay,
yeah.
you're thinking New York. This is in LA, remember?
True.
There's much different aesthetic. Much bigger houses out here.
Oh,
Much more space in Los Angeles than it is. Everybody's not crammed in a little box like in New York.
We don't even talk about New York apartments. Those, if you're living in one of the small, quote-unquote standard ones,
Why
you
did the back of the window have a
bed.
bullet hole in it?
I don't know.
Did we see that?
Typically so stiff.
I like that red. After so
Once
long.
rigor mortis sets
Yeah.
in, they start getting stiff.
I like the red car.
It's a lure defining characteristic of being a dead body.
Yes.
Yep.
Look, I'm an idiot.
But to be fair, I mean, if you've got a New York
A
penthouse.
really nice... Well, right, but we're not talking a penthouse.
That's
we're
fact.
talking just... even a mid-sized apartment in New York, from what I understand, they're very cramped.
Oh,
very
yeah.
small.
I've seen some... I'm
Los
pretty sure
Angeles
my
feels
bedroom
much
is...
more. I'm not saying there's not
more
small apartments,
spacious.
but it feels like much more spread out area.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you're somehow, like, in downtown LA, you're getting something New York equivalent. But, yeah.
Look, there's a hole in the back of there. Do we see that?
I don't know.
I don't think
I
so.
feel like
a
there's
plot-
more to them
That feels like one of
those.
those. That feels like one of those plot elements that was just dropped in the editing or something.
Possibly.
Because that's very noticeable now. A very clear hole in their back window.
Instant U-turn.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, kind of their job.
True.
Old boxy style police car.
What was the most stylish police car throughout history?
I don't know. Some movie police car, I guess. I wish I had an answer right there for you, but I mean, like Kit wasn't a police car, so the Batmobile was not technically a police car, even though he's the world's greatest detective. You know, I was trying to go on eBay to see if I could get me an 80s cell phone.
How this poster? It only goes back to 1950. It's titled Evolution of Police Cars.
Oh, there were 707. Good lord, does it even work? Have they tricked it out to work now? I'm looking at a picture of police. Actually, the 1998 one.
That looks like a classic police car to me.
It looks cooler in that picture than it does in. It's just like a big sedan.
Yeah.
It's not as boxy as the old style ones, but it's not. It wouldn't look that cool in real life. The picture makes it look cooler than it does.
Mm-hmm. It looks like a New York taxi as a police
honestly,
car.
like the 56 one looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of Batmobile-ish.
You like a police car? That's like the Batmobile.
No, that's wrong. It's white. It should be gray. Those old cell phones were gray. So there's no explanation as to why they would be the ones in the police car, and that amazing coincidence of having pulled over James. But again, like I say, I can totally buy. They're just they're doing a different beat. They're picking up some overtime.
Based on this poster, maybe the 80s, 90s ones are what I think of when I think police car, but aesthetically, yeah, the 50s ones are, I think, are the neatest.
For whatever reason, in that picture, the 1998 one looks more angular than it really is, and that makes it look cool.
Okay.
But it's much more rounded off. Oh, I love the scene with Lewis. And I like later on when James has to call back to it. Yeah, at this point, the pizza man doesn't even realize it's a pellet gun. Which still, if you shoot somebody in the temple with a pellet gun, you're going to kill them. So he should still be concerned.
Yes.
Damn. Pellet guns be crazy.
According to this, the first police car, at least in America, was in Ohio. In 1899.
Ohio.
It's always Ohio.
Always.
Always.
You see this?
Yeah. It's like a trolley. Or like a stagecoach.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, not a trolley. I don't know why I said trolley.
Yeah.
I like the fact that he did actually use the hand that was holding the flashlight for that scene, too. That was a nice little attention to detail.
Yeah,
It's
I
not like
did
his hands were
appreciate
just
that.
sitting down there and you couldn't tell. Like, it's
yeah.
obvious if you were paying attention, he was using that hand.
I appreciated that little detail. How do you feel about the old cars? Like the early cars with the big wheels and everything?
I mean, they were a step. I don't find them particularly aesthetically pleasing.
I think they're pretty cool.
Pleasing. They're not pleasing to me right now. I like the new shit. I like the new hotness.
They could have taken actual guns from these guys.
The ones that
I know. I was thinking that
look
too.
like carriages. That truly look like electric
bothered.
carriages.
I guess it would have made the Chargers bigger when this finally catches up to them, but at the same time, yeah.
Car is short for carriage, isn't it?
I suppose it could be. I never considered that.
Me neither.
Learn something every day.
But I mean, it's clearly not short for automobile, a vehicle.
What? I never thought of it as being short for anything. I just thought of it as being its own word.
Fuck car is short for carriage.
Did you realize that, Dylan?
What?
That car is short for carriage.
Huh.
Well, what's truck short for?
Truck carriage.
I gotta get out the old truckerage. The long pier.
Long hair.
The pier is long, with many a splashing
Truck
toad.
just evolved as its own word. Technically, the official name early on was motor truck. We felt motor was irrelevant, though.
But why truck still?
It comes from a Greek word.
Meaning
Real.
Wheel.
redneck conveyance.
Motor wheel.
Apparently, over time, truck began to refer to carts used for carrying heavy loads. Another word is a lorry.
This romance develops quickly.
Okay, but it's a 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
By and large, takes place over the course of a single day. Obviously, a little bit of it happens beforehand, but...
Water. Water.
It's never made clear whose truck this is either. I don't know if it's... I guess it's James's truck. But it could be Carl's, or it could have been Lewis's. I don't know why that matters to me. I was just thinking about it last night, or the other night when we were watching this.
This is when the pizza guy finally becomes friends with them.
Yeah. Could have gotten him his own coffee though, instead of just offering him some of his.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have gone that, the extra step. I assume it's coffee since he says it needs sugar.
And now the besties.
This is not the story of a murder or chemical dumping or the romance between Carl and, the campaign manager whose name I still can't remember.
Yeah.
It's the story about the friendship that blossoms between Lewis and James and the pizza guy.
Yeah.
That would have been the sequel.
Yeah. Carl
would have been off on his honeymoon or something with the campaign manager, and the movie would have focused on the three of them and their lives together.
Oh, real quickly, can y'all do a favor for me, please, and spell the word cancelled?
No.
CANCELLED.
Can you spell it, Gabby?
That.
Would y'all like to be informed that apparently cancelled with 2 L's is technically the British spelling?
Oh, okay.
What in America, it supposedly only has 1 L.
It may. It's not something I write or type all that often. So.
It's funny though. Taylor Swift's new album, she has a song called "Cancelled," spelled with 2 L's, and people.
Because the word "cancel," of course, only has 1 L.
Yeah, well, people were pointing that out, but then I saw in the comments because then they started. They learned the British/American thing.
That is a funky-looking taser.
There were a lot of Americans, including myself.
It looks more like a radar gun or something than a taser.
Yeah, sitting there thinking that we all thought it was spelled with 2 L's. But supposedly the American version is only 1 L.
Supposedly.
That's a situation where we apparently just unknowingly adopted the British version.
We can't let the British people have it. That's ours.
We let them keep they use in color and whatnot.
That's so stupid. Why did they have some random use?
There is a word or two that does that I've accidentally spelled with the U before.
There's like so many of those and fucking... So many. These are put random U's.
There's another word I
in
can't
any
think that's
word.
really weird. What is it? There's some word or two that we spell differently. We actually spell it with either an S or a Z, and they spell it the other way. It's not just a
Is it
pronunciation
apologized?
thing. Yeah, it is apologize, I think.
Yeah.
Which way do we spell it? We spell it with the Z, correct?
Yeah.
Because we actually pronounce it with the Z.
Yeah,
They
no.
pronounce it with the Z too, though, don't they? They just spell it differently.
According to my girlfriend, it's not pronounced with the Z, but it still sure seems like it's pronounced with the Z.
What word was that?
Apologize.
Oh.
Look, I'm not saying my girlfriend may not be an
Apologize.
expert on her language. She doesn't know what person to use sometimes. Like should say like I didn't think I would instead of I didn't think I was or something like that.
Interesting.
She's not an expert.
I mean, if it's the language you grew up speaking, you shouldn't necessarily be an expert.
You should know it fairly well, though.
Yeah. But that's saying not necessarily every British person
X,
doesn't
Y,
say the
Z.
Z.
Zed.
The only thing that should be
Zebra.
the only thing that should be called Z is the final boss of Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
We all want to hear some
Zebra.
really shitty fucking news.
What?
So, WWE pay-per-views, PLEs, we're moving to ESPN's new streaming platform starting next year.
Yeah.
And ESPN's new streaming platform is $30 a month. So it's basically like buying a pay-per-view every month. And maybe for some people it's not. I don't give a fuck about the sports programming, so I would literally be getting it just for WWE. Nope, they moved it up. It's starting in September now. Last WDPLE on Peacock's going to be the one at the end of this month.
That sucks.
So, fuck those money grubbers at WWE.
That really sucks. They should have kept it at least New Year.
To be fair, the current product is pretty
$30
shitty
a
and
month.
kind of...
I know.
Yeah.
That's
That's
much.
ESPN, though, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
what they're doing.
That's so much.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's not worth it if you want the sports programming.
$10
I
a
don't
month
care
feels
about the
like a
sports
lot
programming
for
at this
fucking-
point. So it's not worth it to
service.
me.
Didn't ESPN have something to do with, like, Disney and Hulu and all that?
Yeah, Disney owns ESPN.
Yeah.
Fuck Disney.
There's a package you can get that's like ESPN and Disney and Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the one with Max because, again, I don't care about ESPN anymore.
Makes sense.
And like I say, the WWE creative this year has not been good. But you figured it would come around and be better. And some of it's still okay. And I still like to watch it. But they're just, like, squeezing every last little dollar out of everything. And I get they're a business who's trying to make money, but damn.
Yeah.
From the ridiculous branding on the shows to now this.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
And, of course, all the fucking disgusting MAGA right-wing influences you see on the show. Especially Triple H shaking hands with the fucking Oompa Loompa in charge. I don't know. I'm not going to stop being a wrestling fan, but it's really hard to like current WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I say, at least a couple years ago, they had really good creative, and the shows were really fun and entertaining, and the matches were really good. The last year has been pretty rough, though.
I had to revisit the Truckwood
Again,
Evolution stuff.
nothing, life-altering or terrible. Like, we're going to move on and be fine, but
Yeah.
still annoying.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I needed to revisit the Truck Evolution Wood etymology.
Oh, no, okay. Yeah, it's $30 a month, or you can get a bundle with Fox One for $40 a month.
That would be a waste of $40.
That's so much.
Like, I could see doing it, the $30 one, every now and then for, like, one of the big pay-per-views. Or something you really want to see.
That's what we used to pay for pay-per-views back in the day.
Just saying.
Some of them were lesser because they were smaller shows, and then eventually some of the big ones would go up.
Yeah.
But $30 a month was basically what you paid for a pay-per-view. So that'd be like every month having to buy a pay-per-view again.
Yeah, and like you said, some wrestling fans, yeah, that's totally great or whatever.
If you're a big sports fan, if you want the NBA coverage and Major League Baseball and NFL and all that, makes sense.
I think UFC's
UFC's involved in it too. So I mean, there's whether it's worth it or not, I don't know. But it is different if you're a sports fan and you want all the ESPN programming.
Yeah.
So something like Peacock, is worth it to me for $10 a month just to get the WWE. There's enough on there that I would pay for Peacock. But it also has all the NBC Universal stuff, so there's also other value there.
Yeah.
ESPN offers other value if you're a fan of that program.
I would say not necessarily for us,
That Clash was a
though.
terrible idea.
Yeah, I was thinking
So
the same
it's a
thing when we were
turnaround.
watching it last
Yeah,
night. Or
I
should
agree.
have maybe hit him a little differently and pushed him to the side, but yeah.
Like, I understand why he wanted to crash, but it was a poor decision.
It was sort of their downfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, truck etymology stuff. I mentioned the word lorry, and I was pretty sure that was the British term, and apparently the word truck is becoming more popular with Britain, but yes, lorry is how they refer to a truck.
I assume that's not a common name in
I
Britain.
got it.
I assume not.
Although maybe, I don't know. We have people who are
But-
named after objects.
But British English is fucking weird.
They don't actually... I mean, maybe it's more common nowadays, but traditionally they wouldn't really refer to cars as cars, correct?
What do they call them? Autos.
I thought so.
British people are fucking weird. They say spanner.
Don't we technically as well, just for something specific?
They freaking call the wrong things biscuits.
So,
But a chocolate chip cookie is a cookie.
Yeah.
going back to WWE, though, I wonder if the rest of the programming is still going to be on Peacock.
I don't know.
'Cause this says the PLEs.
Okay.
As far as I know,
PLEs are the big thing.
the rest of the remainder of what was the WWE Network in the U.S. is still on Peacock until that contract runs out. And I mean, then maybe it moves to Netflix or something
They're
else. 'cause I
saying
think-
Raw is on Netflix.
Yeah, and I think Netflix has the PLEs outside of the U.S., but I think it also has the majority of what... I know for a while the WWE Network still existed outside of the U.S.,
Mm-hmm.
even once it moved to Peacock. And don't get me wrong, like if you go... Their YouTube Vault channel has a lot of great content, better than what's on the network. It's just not quite as organized.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like, random video drops like you're going to get on YouTube. So it might be a little harder to comb through, but it's actually got, really good content, which is nice, but... I don't know, man. It's very disappointing. I guess I shouldn't expect any less from them, but...
But earlier today, my girlfriend was looking for some, gingerbread Oreos she had, and she was calling them biscuits. Those are not fucking biscuits.
There are biscuits there.
Oreos are cookies, not biscuits.
But
What's
in
a cookie in
America...
Britain? Is there such a thing as a cookie in
Yes,
Britain?
chocolate chip cookies are cookies in Britain.
If I make chocolate chip cookies without chocolate chips, are they then biscuits, or are they just
I'm not
cookies?
sure.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know biscuits
Biscuits
are
are
more
what
like
you
a
get fucking
shortbread cookie for
Bojangles,
sure.
not fucking
Facts.
cookies.
Big facts.
I want Bojangles.
I was about to say Pillsbury makes biscuits, not cookies. Or something like that.
Don't think
But I think they do both.
Okay, let's go Bojangles.
Does Pillsbury make the cookies?
I thought they did. Yeah.
I mean, they make cake. There's cake mixes and stuff.
Don't they have
Don't they do that pre-made cookie dough that we
Oh,
snack
yeah,
on?
Yeah, you're right. The ones we make cookie cakes out of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cam Life.
I'm down for Bojangles, but I'm more in the mood for McDonald's, and McDonald's has really cool toys right now.
Yeah, but they don't got biscuits.
The one thug that was right.
Actually.
The one thug that was right over Charlie
They do,
Sheen's
don't they? Yeah, but probably
Yeah,
not
Charlie
good ones.
Sheen.
left shoulder looked like. Well, not from that angle as much, but when he was in profile, he looked like James Gunn's brother, Sean Gunn.
Interesting.
Kim Life sounds like something that'd be in Cyberpunk 2077.
me,
A company
yeah.
that.
To me, it sounds like a chemical peel or something, like some kind of a beauty product. Kim Life.
It sounds like a fake beauty product
I mean,
that's
it
a
sounds
cover up for something.
It sounds like a
sinister.
fake. It sounds like a fake chemical company in a movie, which is exactly what it is. But
Oh my god.
They did not, in fact, want an accident before they reached the dump site.
Okay, according to this,
He
car
said
is
probably,
common
to be
enough in
fair.
Britain. But
He was
apparently,
wrong.
specific cars, like types of cars, do have other names. Like a sedan is called a saloon. A station wagon is called an estate.
so, what's the Roblox situation?
I have no fucking idea at this point.
I just see a video over here that says Roblox situation is wild from like a day ago.
Didn't they
Yeah.
ban someone who was catching predators?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring up anything.
That's the
I say
I don't play Roblox, so I don't have any stock in the company anymore either.
Yeah,
so.
no, I started hearing about that some days
sold
ago.
my
I haven't
Roblox
touched
stock a long
Roblox
time
since. There was a content creator, Slap. He was catching child predators with the help of law enforcement and stuff.
You're killing my shin.
But with the help of law enforcement, and he ended up getting banned.
Look at all those breaks. Is that from barrels hitting it when they crash into it, or did one of them actually hit the windshield?
I thought it was the bells, but I don't know.
I mean, I think Lewis has got like some blood on his forehead. Why does the cat have to bring stuff? We've really got to do something with them when we're recording.
Accidentally dump the trash on these guys.
Yeah.
And don't take their guns.
They're just out. It just looks like bags of trash. Like, I don't think that should have been enough to take them out completely. I don't see anything heavy there.
Yeah. I want you to finish.
Plus,
the
if you
Roblox
notice, it starts falling from like behind them instead of in front of them in the close up. But
I mean, it's a lot of trash.
But apparently when this was posted or whatever, Slap reached out, proved that he was working with the law enforcement and whatnot. Roblox decided to double down on their opinion. Yeah. Roblox isn't doing great right now.
It's interesting the pizza man, he won't go with them now, but he'll come with them later. See, I don't think they're besties yet.
They're almost besties.
Although I guess you could argue he's guarding the body.
Having the body is just here to be here at this point. It really has no reason to be there. Well, except for one moment at the end.
Yeah, I've heard, according to the Wikipedia page for the movie at least, there was a different ending for the movie and the studio wasn't satisfied with it and they ended up going back and reshooting it, but there's no specifics on what the ending was or what was changed. And I tried to find out, I spent like 5 minutes searching the internet, but
yeah, I couldn't find out.
I looked to see if any of the DVD or Blu-ray release of it had any alternate scenes, and they didn't. Not the ones I could find anyway. But I'm very curious. If I ever get a chance to ask Emilio Estevez anything, that's it. That's the question on my list. So if he's ever at Comic-Con or anything,
okay,
I need to go to that one, because I just need to know what the ending of Men at Work was.
Alright.
To be fair, if I'm going to complain about anything about this movie, is that it needs a more expansive ending. We need a time cut like 6 months later once the surf shop's open and Lewis is hanging out there with them.
Time cut, they're all in fucking jail.
Okay, but it's a movie, man.
Yeah, no,
we can get around
joking.
that.
I'm just joking.
I'm thinking, they're at the surf shop. James has got a couple ladies on his arms. Carl is settled down with the campaign manager. Lewis is working, roughing up guys at the surf shop.
Well, unfortunately,
the pizza man would be working for him too. So there's a whole little denouement there that we were denied.
And the next move would be clerks in the surf shop.
Yeah, we couldn't have clerks in the garbage truck then if they've already started the surf shop.
Yeah.
Surf clerks. Also, Lewis just literally threw James under the bus. Like he was going to get run over. It was just lucky that it had these big wheels and room for him to lay underneath it.
Okay, apparently.
And wow, speaking of serendipity.
What I can find, he's never appeared at LexiCon, but he has partnered with them to provide autographs. To allow attendees to pre-order autographs and whatnot.
No, I need a Q&A. I need to ask him a question.
Yeah, let's see if he's made other Comic-Con appearances.
I mean, you would think maybe somewhere he would have talked about it, but I couldn't find anything. And I mean, clearly 5 minutes on the internet should have been enough time to find it if it existed, right?
Yeah.
That's a joke. I could have spent more time looking for it if it was that important. Literally one search and looking at the back of a couple of DVDs.
Apparently at a Comic-Con in Rhode Island, Breakfast Club reunited, except for him.
Alright.
Apparently he lives a very private life.
This is another thing, too. Well, I think this is probably the first time I ever heard the phrase rent-a-cops. There's so much of this movie stuck with me for years.
Yeah.
Now, see, unlike the push-in earlier, I think this push-in is warranted.
Yeah.
And the adjust to the camera. I hate rent-a-cops, too.
That was kind of odd watching the movie the first time, but it's appropriate. It's fitting.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think this is probably the first time I heard the phrase rent-a-cops, which will become ubiquitous throughout my life. He did fall in love awfully fast, but I can relate to that. I realize I'm the kind of person that falls hard and fast.
Okay.
I had this thing the other day, and like the song that defines your life is the song that was number one when you were this age on this whatever.
Damn, you don't remember the age?
I don't remember the specifics. I mean, we could sort of think back to when the song was a hit and figure it out. But the point was, I got Can't Help Falling in Love, not the Elvis version, but the UB40 cover of it.
Interesting.
And not only did I like that song, but I'm also like, yeah, that fits.
I love that song. The Elvis version.
I like both of them.
There's another cover
version,
that I really like.
The UB40 cover is totally serviceable too.
Two others.
I like the fact that they just end with a cop. They're like, where you got out. It's interesting, the black cop there, he almost looked like Reginald Vell Johnson, who played Carl Winslow on Family Man. Played a cop in that, and played a cop in Die Hard too, when you just got the shot over Lewis's shoulder, but in the close-up you see it's not him. But for a second it's like typecasting.
Why didn't they just hold hands to stay together instead of swinging all around? Like, gosh. Just hold hands with your bro.
I don't know, but this is the escape here when Carl saves him. I'm not sure how he managed to get the gun unlooped.
No idea.
It seems like if he could have done it from there, then James could have done it.
The cover that I was thinking of that I like is by Ice Nine Kills.
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay.
The UB40 version is kind of reggae influenced.
Okay.
It's totally good though.
It released May 10th, 1993.
Well, yeah, I know when the song came. I don't know the date, but it was like a song that was number one on when you were this age or when your birthday was that year or something. I don't remember the exact thing, but that was the one. So, but I was like, yeah, that tracks.
Okay, so how old were you in 93?
I was 13 and turned 14.
Okay, so one of those 13 sounds more significant.
Yeah, I don't remember which it was.
13. Well, that's the age.
It was when it was number one too. I don't think it was when it released.
Well, according to this, it was number one in 93. So.
Homestuck is good.
I don't know if it was for...
I started being Homestuck.
Maybe it may have been the song that was number one for the year. It could have been the week of your birthday that year or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't
know. It was like a month
either.
ago, and it wasn't a major thing.
Well, we should be able to get a general idea. Alright, number one song when you were 13. When was I 13?
You turned 13 in
2014.
2014.
Number one song of 2014 was Happy by Pharrell Williams. When did you turn 13? 2018? Dear God. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're young, what the fuck?
You know that was 7 years ago, right?
You know there's someone who was much younger in
2018 was 7 years ago.
Oh my God.
There's someone who was much younger
Anyway,
in 2018.
number one song 2018, God's Plan by Drake.
I'm not sure it applies. I don't know the lyrics or the content of the song, so...
I vaguely remember some of the lyrics because it was popular on Musical.ly/TikTok. But that's it. That used to get stuck in my head a lot, actually.
Baseball bat.
But I haven't heard it in so long.
Protecting the impact.
Happy is the song that got stuck in my head a lot and that I can still very much pull up nowadays.
I mean, do you feel happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm generally a happy person.
Is that why we work so well together? Because we're opposites?
I don't know.
Is that why we've had a show for, 12 years now?
Has it been 12 years?
First show, it was 2013, yeah. It went up the day after Dylan's birthday in 2013.
Nice.
They're quick to throw away the weapons. They must really care for that real quick.
I know, right? You think they'd be cold hard enough to, fuck you, and just blow them away?
Nah, that's the bro. That's one specific worker.
Speaking of brothers... the name of the producer of this movie was familiar. It's Casey and Eloise, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It is Carrie Eloise's brother. Carrie Eloise Wesley from The Princess Bride.
Oh, cool.
So,
Princess Bride was great.
Interesting little bit of trivia there.
Great movie.
Yeah, this is when the pizza guy kind of sells them out. It's like, yeah, you with the pellet gun. I don't know what he was thinking there, but he thought that was a good idea.
It's honestly a horrible idea, but...
No, pizza guy isn't very good at this.
Minimal thought.
Pellet gun. We'll do that. To be fair, like I say, though, pellet gun can be deadly. I can't stress that enough. I don't want anybody listening to this podcast or watching this movie and going out and just being willy-nilly with their pellet guns, okay?
Definitely
Walkers
don't
suck
do that.
at
I've
fighting.
already said be careful
Big
if you're
backdrop
playing
there
with
by Charlie
any
Sheen.
kind of weapons.
Nerf guns are probably okay.
Even if they're toy weapons, be careful.
These walkers are the worst at fighting.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they're like chemical engineers. They're
They're
not.
getting destroyed by 2 garbage men.
Okay, well, I mean, neither one of those jobs.
I feel
specifically
like one
requires
of those would involve fighting more often than the other one. And yeah, neither of
That
them
has
would.
less to do with
I'm
your
not saying they have a numbers
fighting.
advantage.
Yeah, but they make the mistake of going out. I like this when Lewis comes in and they start working together. But they make the classic mistake of going in like one at a time instead
Yeah.
of bum rushing. If you have the numbers advantage, just swarm them. Maybe 1 or 2 of you will get taken out, but you will win.
Mm-hmm.
You will overpower them and win. Don't sit there and charge them one at a time.
Kick.
Yeah, they were just knock them down. It's like a competition. Like it's like a Mario Kart game where you got to knock them down the hill.
Well, that walker's getting some good
Donkey Kong.
kicks in.
It's got rubber boots on though. That probably cushions them a little bit.
Pizza Man!
This is when the pizza man officially becomes part of the group.
Yeah.
Those are 3 out at a time.
That's because he's the GOAT.
I see these guys and I'm just thinking of like the back rooms or some kind of YouTube video or internet meme.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all that comes to mind when I see them now.
That's probably fair.
I've been too influenced by the younger generation.
That happens.
This is why I don't age though.
Yeah, honestly.
Is it raining there? You see that from the
I
light?
kind of see it,
Looks like
yeah.
That guy totally had
today.
the opportunity to attack him, but he's
Oh
kinda
yeah,
still
no, I
took
know.
it.
I think the guy before that was like that too. It's like he stopped
Yeah.
long enough for Carl to get the shot in, and then Potterdam brings out the mech. Yes, make sure you get the pellet gun with the one shot.
Yeah, it's gonna be very important.
It's crucial.
They set up that little obstacle course for him awfully quickly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Watch out, it's a slow-moving truck.
To be fair too, like everyone who got knocked down the hill, they probably could have climbed back up. But
Yeah.
it's just like the notion of, oh, you're knocked down the hill, you're definitely out of this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always kind of resonated with me.
It's hilarious, though. Honestly.
See, it's a good movie, right? Come on, admit it.
Yeah, I never said it was a bad movie.
This is a fun movie. Well worth an hour and 39 minutes.
Yeah, it's
I got
not at all a bad watch.
I don't know exactly how long it is. It says the runtime is an hour 39, but it said on the ticker up there that it was an hour 41 or an hour 42, so.
Interesting.
But right about 90 minutes, that's sort of sweet spot for movies. Generally, I like movies that are a little bit longer, and I feel like, again, this could have used another 10 minutes or so to wrap everything up nicely, but yeah, at least with this, you get your own headcanon. Whatever you want to happen afterwards. It's not like one of those things where it ruins what you'd want to see. Oh, that's unfortunate when you get your giant earth mover stuck on top of the police car you just crushed.
I hate when that happens. Happens to me so often.
I know, we've lost several episodes because of that. Gotta make sure that gotta look sharp.
Yes, of course.
Gotta have class.
Duh.
Thank God he had no weapons concealed on him. No, not a gun in the jacket.
Yeah, well, no, he pays people for that. They've all been knocked down the hill now, though, so they're out of the competition.
All 2 of them.
It's like American Gladiators; they got knocked out. You know, you have
He
to
has
abide
2
by the
people with
rules.
guns. In the entire company.
Well, no, he had 4.
He had 4?
He had at least 4 because he had the 2 that drove around the hitman car, and then he had the other 2 that stayed with him at the landfill.
Ah.
But yeah, they set this up awfully quickly.
Yeah.
They had to plan it, set it up, make sure everything was. They got the body set. I figured Lewis was setting up the body because he doesn't really have anything to do during this little sequence.
Yeah.
So I figured Lewis must have set the body up.
When did they plan this?
That's what I'm saying. They did this awfully quickly. Dude, that's like some trash hat, man. That's probably in a bag with like poop or something.
Oh,
Or
God.
at least rotten food.
Ah.
I mean, they weren't going to kill Potterdam or anything, so that's kind of a good way to get their revenge on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's clever, and it works for the movie.
It's cute.
It's good for a movie ending, you know? You can't just have a boring ending to the movie.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree, though.
I always like the little ride down the chute. was.
You ever watched a movie that's just ended and you just sat there like, yeah, okay, that was happened, that ended. Like, it's not necessarily bad, but it wasn't like a good conclusion kind of ending or anything.
Sometimes having a good
big.
conclusion can be hard.
It's not even that it's not. Some of it's not even like it didn't have. It's just like, oh, it's over, and like the whole movie was just kind of that was
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that's like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
That was something. It's not even like I'm anticipating like, so what happened? I don't get it. There are movies like that, but there's some movies where it's just like they're just, oh, okay, well that was something.
Yeah.
I can move on now. There was like there just wasn't much there.
I feel like I recently watched a movie like that, and I can't even remember what it was at this point. What's a movie that I've watched recently without y'all?
Captain America.
It wasn't.
I don't know what you watched.
One that I've watched that I was gonna say like at home. It wasn't in a theater.
And this is the only sort of wrap up we get is we get to see the two cops again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chained to the that's not a seesaw. What is that? A merry-go-round?
No.
Yeah.
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 Is
No?
it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not it's not a carousel, but it's a
Yeah.
merry-go-round. That's what
that
a
what it's
playground
called?
merry-go-round is called.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's definitely not a seesaw.
Definitely not a seesaw.
My neighbors had a seesaw.
A teeter-totter, as that's also called.
Uh-huh.
I forget what state. I saw a video recently. It was
We called it both, so.
what each state has the biggest of, and one state has the biggest.
I thought you were like, what state's
teeter-totter.
called a teeter-totter and what state's called it a seesaw. We get this, and we get a little call back to the radio show that we heard at the beginning of the movie, where the Pizza Man's boyfriend, that would have been progressive for the time. honestly. The Pizza Man's girlfriend calls and is like, my boyfriend's a pizza man. He never came home. They're like, dump the dude, which is really shitty.
Yeah, honestly.
But see, then we could have cut. Then we could have cut to the Pizza Man getting a new girl after she dumped him. I don't know. Yeah, I wish
getting
there was
a new
little,
boyfriend.
I wish there was a little more. Like I do. I want to see some more from these characters. I really enjoyed it.
Mario from the hit game Mario.
Yeah, that's Mario. Mario was a mobster in another. Before he started saving princesses, he was a hitman. Fuck, that's a Vidiotic theory. Jean LaBelle. I wonder if that's Judo Jean LaBelle, who was a legitimate fighter. He was a wrestler and he was a stunt coordinator, and so it very well could be him. It's not out of the question. If he was, I don't know what that group of people was. If they were stunt coordinators or something, it very well could have been him.
Yeah.
These credits feel small.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, it's not a big special effects extravaganza. There's not a bunch of computer graphics.
I'm just so used to such long credits.
There's no real practical model makers, and most of this was shot just on location. There's not stages that had to be built.
Yeah, I'm just used to such long credits.
I mean, this is still a big crew. It's way bigger than, like, some independent films.
Yeah.
She bought more.
So especially at the beginning, there's so much space in between everyone.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it was small, especially for a studio production. And like I say, you don't have any sort of a special effects budget or crew. You don't, and this is before the days of pretty much
no special effects budget than the special effects coordinator ones about.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, 2 people. You don't have like a team of 40 people doing it. Like, it's not like Star Wars.
That's very funny.
Yeah, well, I was intentional.
Timing.
Yeah, that's timing, man.
More special effects system.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's not like a Marvel movie where you've got 50 fucking artists working on it.
Damn, that's a lot of drivers.
3? Oh, the above thing was that's camera car drivers. A lot of carpenters, though.
Yeah.
There may be more carpenters than I've ever seen on a movie. This may have the most carpenters. Maybe they're just called what the hell is Penny? Hair extensions designed by PINY. Is that a company or a person?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's interesting.
Negative cutter. That sounds like a weapon.
What's the film? The negative is.
No, but the
this
negative
was shot
cutter
on film. You know that? You remember that antiquated technology?
Like some special move in a fighting game. Negative cutter.
Yeah. No, it's a Mega Man weapon.
Yeah.
You got negative cutter.
Yeah. I thought that said lead man.
What the hell is the Swing Gang? I've watched a lot of movies. I've never noticed that. The Swing Gang.
What's a swing gang?
I know what a gaffer is. I know what a best boy is, but what is the Swing Gang?
Swing gang.
I haven't ever noticed that in a movie before. Shanghai suits provided for Biff and Mario. We know where Mario gets his suits. We hear Vidiocy theories believe that Mario gets his suits from Shanghai. right, well, that was 1990's Men at Work. This is kicking off, like I say, a stretch of 4 straight episodes where we're going to do commentaries for some of my all-time favorite movies. And this is probably the least of them, honestly, even though I was a big fan of it. Hey, UB40 was in this movie as well.
Nice.
Doing a song.
Yeah, but nice.
I should point out, too, that the song that plays over the end credits here, the Ziggy Marley song, I don't know what it's actually called. We'll see in a second. But, you got to give a little love, have a little hope, make the world.
RPG Blues.
I always like that song a lot.
Nice.
That like when a sad moment happens in Final Fantasy.
That is an interesting name. But, I do really like the song that plays with it. It's a good soundtrack overall. It's one of those that doesn't. It's not an offensive soundtrack, but it works fine within the movie. It doesn't stand out for any reason. Yeah, Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers, right there.
Nice.
But anyway, that was, like I say, 1990's Men at Work, one of the touchstone films of my youth. And again, in all fairness, there were a lot because we watched a lot of movies. I probably watched more movies than TV when I was a kid. In all honesty, as far as really, Well, to be fair, I didn't have cable for like the first 10 years of my life, so. We watched a lot of movies.
I was going to say, how the hell did you grow up without cable? And, to be fair, that's a fair question, because I did watch a lot of TV as a kid, but, nowadays, yeah, I'm fine without it. But I have streaming and YouTube.
Well, we did have an antenna. We had, 3 local stations plus PBS. So,
PBS
there was stuff on TV, and we had VCRs from very early in my life, so... And, we'd go outside and play, and we'd listen to music and read books. There were things to do that weren't on a screen, so...
Nah.
Anyway, though, speaking of things on a screen, and, just things coming out of your headphones for the listeners out there, but this kicks off 4 straight episodes in which we're going to be watching some of my all-time favorite movies. We started with Men at Work, and it's only going to get better from here, so we hope you will come back when the conversation will continue. And we hope that you will come see us at LexiCon Comic-Con if you're anywhere in the area of Clemmons, North Carolina on November 16th. We're going to be there from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we're not just there. This is our show. We are putting this show on completely, so we would love your support there. You could also check out our Patreon, patreon.com/LexiConvo. Maybe we should tie something in with the Comic-Con with that. We'll think about that. Make sure to check it out for updates. And, of course, come back here when the conversation will continue. But until then, will continue to be Maddie.
Lexi.
And Dylan.
And this is LexiCon Concluded.
Bye.
Golf clap.